phone maker, my maker, almighty one. I just don't have enough words to give you the praise you deserve.
Hi guys, good morning. Welcome back to Law School Diaries. My name is Abigail. I am a proud graduate of Egerton University Law School and I am currently enrolled at the Kenya School of Law studying for my bar exams. Guys, it is orals week. This is the week we're doing our oral examinations, and as my friends will say, Mambo ni live. Mambo ni live. Things are in action. Things are happening. This is it. This is it. There's no running away. There's no going back. This is it. It has finally come. I remember when the first video that I did when I was 1 week in. This week seemed so far away. It seemed so far away, but now it's here. It's orals week. Let's talk about it. So we submitted our project work last week.
All I need, and I give you all of me. You come first, more of you, less of me. I'm moving like
Finally, I'm telling you, the sigh of relief that I had, because project work, like I said, it is something that will test you to the depths and the core of your being, of your personality. You'll discover things about yourself and people that you didn't know. And I don't know what keeps you grounded other than the fact that you want to be done. This is part of the bar exam, and you want to, do the very, very best that you can. So we submitted our project work last week, and as is the norm, a week after the submission of the project work, we have our oral examination. I really don't know what the logic is behind this, because you're from one stressful thing literally to another. Like, one is even worse than the other, because in project work you have the security that someone will correct you, someone will go over your work, not even someone, 9 people will go over your work. 9 people are there to correct you or agree or disagree with whatever you've done. But in orals, it's just you and your God and your village people, again, as my friend would say. Because, okay, what is oral examination? Oral examination is, you see the way I'm chatting with you here? Now imagine I'm the panel and you're the law student, and I'm just asking you literally any question about the law, literally any question. I would ask you, for example, what is the jurisdiction of the High Court? What is the difference between bail and bond? Who's the head of the Supreme Court? What is the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court? What did Raila say in the news yesterday? Who is the head of the AC? Literally anything on this planet about the law. And oral examination, it tests your legal knowledge, how you apply the law to the facts, how you solve problems, how quickly you can think on your feet, your honesty level as an advocate, because they're asking you very, very difficult and hard questions in order for them to see if you'll be able to say, like, currently not aware of that particular topic, but I undertake to go and research more on it. Your honesty level, because obviously in practice as an advocate, in some cases, you're going to handle matters that you literally have no knowledge about, and you're going to need to do more research on it. So they want to test, can you take this head on, or you're going to step back and say, look, honestly, I don't know about this, but I will go and do research. They're testing your professionality level, your etiquette level, and there's just a lot of things that people are saying about orals. And the one constant is just that, it's luck. It's luck. It's just you and your God, you know? Yeah, so orals is starting today, Monday, scheduled for Wednesday afternoon. And I'm just honestly so grateful that I somehow managed to land in week 1, because oral goes on through 3 weeks, and I cannot imagine the anxiety level of someone who is in the last week. I really cannot imagine. Because from the questions that I've seen that have already been asked in the morning panel, especially the first people who went in, you could tell that this panel was being lenient. You could tell that this panel was being, understanding that this is the day one of the oral examinations. The pressure is high, the anxiety level is high, the nervousness is high. So those questions that I've asked before, like the AUC chair, the jurisdiction of the High Court, the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, those are questions that people were asked. And obviously, we've also seen some questions that you just like, you know, oral is just like Squid Game. It's like Squid Game. Like, you cannot even, there's no predicting how it's gonna go. It's literally you and your God. And so I'm just recording this for someone who's going to go into orals next year, so that at least you have a feel of what you need to expect, a documented feel of what you're going to expect. But as of now, I feel like I am sort of not really calm, but like expecting. Like, I know what to expect because I've seen people who have come out of there and they're like, it's not that bad, it's not that bad, it's not that bad. Yeah. So another thing about orals is the how you're gonna dress. So the LSK code of conduct obviously has prescribed the mode of dressing that we need to have. And honestly, I know it's not only me, but some people in KSL, they really struggled with what to wear. And let me tell you something, I did not want to deal with foodies. I did not want to deal with foodies. I had made that decision. I am not going to deal with any foodies. So my only option was to, either buy a new suit or wear the ones that I had. Finally, I decided to settle on what I have because it met all the requirements, honestly. And even the administration, they said you don't need to go spend a whole, maybe 7,000, 5,000 on a new suit if you have something that works. I had planned to wear a tie, but I thank God God sent someone to kind of like snap me out of that thing, because I do wear ties, and if you know me, I love ties. So I asked someone like, how would you feel like a female wears a full trouser suit with a tie? And that someone told me, Abigail, have you read the LSK Code of Conduct? And I said yes. And they asked me, what does the LSK Code of Conduct say about females wearing ties? And I said it doesn't say anything. The LSK Code of Conduct is silent on women wearing ties. And then they asked me, and what does the LSK Code of Conduct say about men wearing ties? And I said, men should wear ties that are not flamboyant, that are not loud colors. And they were like, well, why do you think it's expressly stated that men to wear ties, but it's silent on females? And I said, I don't know. And he was like, for Kenya School of Law, just don't wear a tie. It's not mentioned in the LSK Code of Conduct. It's literally 10 minutes, for crying out loud. And you can do 10 minutes without a tie big. And I was like, yeah. And so I decided against it. And so I'm not going to have a tie. But as you can see, we made our hair and we are ready to go. So I will show you the shoes that I'm planning to wear for orals. I bought some cute heels, and I just hope and I pray that we're gonna have the best time in orals. We're gonna have a favorable panel. My friends are gonna have the best panel, and we're gonna celebrate at the end of this. We're gonna have good marks. The anxiety is paralyzing. Like, you can't do anything. You can't even study, because when you're studying this, you're like, oh, I don't know this. Sometimes you feel like you're not retaining what you're studying, and it's just so stressful. So I feel like I just want to sleep and wake up and it's Wednesday afternoon. But you're gonna see how it goes, and I'm gonna update you on how the oral process is. Suit that I'm gonna wear for orals. It's not ironed, but it's washed and cleaned. I'm gonna iron it today. And have it, just hanging in my wardrobe, just waiting for me for Wednesday afternoon. And yeah, it's a black suit, the safest choice. And as we said, no tie, no tie. For the shoes, these are the shoes that I'm gonna wearing. It has a very comfortable heel, a support. It's a short heel and it's very professional, and it also has this little cute buckling thing. And the LSK code of conduct, it talks about like a closed shoe. You're not allowed to have open toes. I would have opted for this, but because I'm still learning to wear heels, this is quite, long, and I'm not really confident in this. Though they're cute, I'm not really confident with this one, and I'm not trying to go to the oral examinations with me being my first critic, with being like, oh, how am I walking in these heels? How am I standing in these heels? So we're gonna settle with this. These are the shoes that we're gonna wear. The shoes plus the suit, and confidence and content and knowledge and application. And we are hoping for at least a 15 out of 20. Good morning. Hi. I know I'm smiling right now, but my nerves and my anxiety are just screaming inside of me. It's Tuesday. Yesterday was day 1 of orals, and I cannot believe that there are some people who are already done with this big bad thing called orals. And mine is scheduled for tomorrow. I cannot lie. I am very anxious. I'm very nervous, but I'm on the afternoon session, so I think I have a little time to work around my nerves and everything. I saw the question that they were asked yesterday, and much of it was doable. It was manageable, honestly, but nerves can really do something for you. It really can. Today I've also seen some questions that have been asked, and let me tell you, it's not as bad as it may sound or it may seem, or from whatever you've heard, but the nerves, the anxiety, that is what will kill you, literally. I have seen from yesterday how the panel has been, which kind of lecturers are in the panel, which lecturers are paired together. And honestly, I just want to say that there are some lecturers that I feel safe to go before. Even if those particular lecturers don't teach me, it's just some units that I feel safe about. For example, child advocacy, criminal litigation, professional ethics, commercial transactions, probate and administration. Those are some of the units that I'm comfortable with, that I can shine. My friends and I, we say shine. But there are certain units that I need to assert my confidence and reassure myself, like conveyancing, like legal writing and drafting, units like civil litigation. Those are some of the units I'm not badly off, but my confidence level is not where I'd like it. So God, I'd really appreciate it if I just find myself before the panel that are just some units that I really love. Let me tell you something. It helps your confidence so much when they ask you something about a unit that you really love and a unit that you're really passionate about. I saw another person who, when they went to do the introduction, they kind of introduced themselves and they're like, hi. You don't say hi to the panel, sorry. You don't say hi to the panel, like, good morning, my name is so and so, admission number so and so, class from this class from the farm. And then they went on ahead to say that I would really like to practice in the office of the AG, in the office of the DPP. And so criminal litigation is one of my best units. I'd like to go and venture into that area of law. And she actually sort of manipulated the lecturers into asking her what she wanted, because the lecturers told her okay, that's why you want to go and practice, let us test your knowledge in it, and so I'm gonna do that. I don't care what anyone is gonna tell me. I'm gonna do that. I don't care if the lecturers have had it before. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take my chances. Because you know what? I'm not gonna do another orals exam, and so I might as well just give it all. Probably an hour into our session, I'm the third person on my panel, so
patience, grace, and salvation.
fully dressed, almost going for our time. We're smiling, but inside our hearts. Oh man, this thing has to go for UN Torture Convention, Jubwe.
No more burdens, cause I trust in you. You are all I need. And I give you all of me. You come first, more of you, less of me. I'm moving like Matthew 6.
So guys, I am done with my orals. I am done with my orals. But nothing went as planned. Nothing went as planned. Things just, everything that could go wrong literally went wrong. I am telling you, the best that you can do to prepare for orals is just to prepare to be caught off guard. There are people who have had amazing, and I mean amazing experiences, but I cannot say the same for myself. Like, I had the most, I don't even know how to describe it. So the issue is, there is a certain lecturer who is usually on the panel list that is not well liked. And for good reason. And so what happens is everybody prays to the God that you pray to so that you do not land before this lecturer. At this point, I don't want to mention the lecturer by name, but at this point, you obviously know who I'm talking about. And so I honestly believed that God would not punish me and just put me before that lecturer. I really did. I don't know what in me was that confident, or I was just so hopeful that did not want to believe that I could go before that lecturer. But I did. I went before that lecturer, and let me tell you, my world stood still. I could literally feel the cold even to the tips of my fingers. Nothing went as planned. I even had to change my shoes at the very last minute. And thing is, I found out about that lecturer being on my panel as I was going in. So the shock, the disbelief, the disappointment, I was just dealing with it between the period of walking from where I was into the interview room. That was the period I had to deal with the shock and the disbelief and everything. And I can just say that I am just relieved that orals is done. I'm going to have a 2 weeks holiday. 2 weeks holiday just to rest my mind and just release what I'm feeling. I'm not even kidding. 98% of what went on in that room is blank. It's blank because I don't know, it's just a response to what happened, a trauma response or something, but I cannot remember majority of what happened. But I'm sure the memories are gonna come as time goes on, but I'm just happy that I'm done. Like, I am not okay. I really am not okay, but I'm glad I'm done. Like, aside from that lecturer being my panelist, everything else was good. And I really did my best. Let me tell you, despite what happened, I just talked and just answered her questions to the best of my ability. And I didn't say pass. That's a given. I didn't say pass. That is the one thing I'm sure about. As I was leaving that room, that was the only thing I was sure about, that I did not say a pass. There were some questions obviously that I had difficulties with, but I maneuvered it. I knew something about it, not like the whole thing, but just, let me just say this. I gave it my all. And more. I did to these orals. And I just hope and pray that God does the rest, because I know after this, when you come back to term 3, that is when the results of the project work and the orals examinations will be out. We are gonna have a post-traumatic project work and oral stress disorder. Yes, we're gonna be stressed, but we just gotta pray and pray hard that we get good marks because yo, orals is not your friend. Orals is nobody's best friend. I mean, the fact that some people had the best experiences, they were asked the easiest questions. Some even lecturers were like, "Hi, from which unit did you want me to ask you?" The moment I saw that lecturer, everything they had planned to say just went out the window. Just went out the window. And I know I'm ranting, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's just so unexpected and it's so unfair. Like, it's so unfair. It's so unfair. Like, why me? Why me of all people? Some of my other friends went before the same lecturer and they were just like, oof, I'm just glad I'm alive. I mean, it's a win. I'm glad I'm alive, but it has been an experience. And the bit of it is just you only get to do this once. I've already done it and I'm never gonna do it again. I am done for. And maybe I did this so that I can have, an experience, a story to tell other people, to tell other law students, because I am gonna have a proper sit down and talk about orals and project work in one video, just without the pressures of orals, without these feelings and the hormones and everything, adrenaline, endorphins combined. I'm just gonna sit down and just talk about it so that it can help the next student, the next year KSL student. But from watching this, what I can tell you, there is no way you can absolutely study for orals. There is absolutely no way. What you need to study for is the CLE November bar exams. That's the only thing. You can literally be asked anything, and even the content questions that are being asked, they need you to study. And so, yeah, that is what I can tell you. Take it from me. Apart from the sideshow that I had, I call it a sideshow because what was that? What was that? What in God's green earth was that? But anyways, it has been a nice experience. Maybe that's semantics, but it has been a nice experience. At least I'm over and done with. It's over. I'm gonna go and have my peaceful holiday. I'm not even gonna be vlogging. I'm just gonna rest my mind, rest my body, rest my soul, and just tell my body and myself sorry for what you've gone through orals. And I'm gonna see you guys again in term 3, hopefully. And I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And let's say bye to term 2. We are closer and closer and closer and closer and closer to the November bar exams. When I come back to term 3, literally the next time I leave the school, I'll be done with the bar exams. I will be done with the bar exams. So that's something to look forward to.